New Orleans, understandable after losing their quarterback. Buffalo, a bit more of a mystery as to why, after a terrific four-game run, they have just kind of alternated wins and losses. Josh Allen down there in New Orleans to take on the home team. First quarter, we got no score. Bills 3rd and 3. It's all about getting third down conversions, and Josh Allen's big enough to take care of himself. Puts down a shoulder, good opening drive as he gets a first down for the Bills. Now 2nd and goal. Swings it over there to Dawson Knox, who jukes 43. Sorry, I'm going to the end zone. 10 plays, 65 yards. Bills take a 7-zip lead. Second quarter, it's 10-zip. Trevor Siemian, he's in there because Jameis can't play. Got the bad wheel downfield. That's incomplete. This is bad for Buffalo. Tre'Davious White down. Appears to tweak his left knee. Going to leave the game, would not return. His status to be extensively and tested and evaluated in the coming days. Allen here throwing. Wrong guy. Quan Alexander's got it. So Allen, every once in a while, get a little loose with the football. 4 straight game with interception. That is the longest streak of his career. Still his team in the locker room ahead, 10-0. Come out third quarter. Bills 3rd and 2. Cole Beasley, he's a first down maker. He caught 5 balls for 46 yards. Give him 14 on the play. New set of downs. Now we're down there on the 5, 2nd and goal. Stephon Diggs, he catches touchdowns. 7 catches in this game, 74 yards, and the score, 17-0. Buffalo pretty much on its way from here. They're going to go for it in 4th and 2. Really good call. Sell the play action. Floats one there to Knox. You can take it all the way, scores. Look at it one more time. You get them bunched up there on the line. That's easy pickings for him. Bills at that point up 24-0. They're going to roll to victory here, 31-6. They are now 7-4 on the season. The Saints, their 4th straight loss. All right, we've heard the adage, boomer, right? Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, especially this season. Bonds certified info here. Bills are now 4-0 following a loss this year. They've averaged 34 points per game. All 4 of those wins were by at least 15 points.
It was a good night. You know, getting the victory by any means. Still some things to clean up, and we'll look at that on tape and learn from it. But happy for how our guys responded from, you know, a short week and a tough loss on Sunday. And, you know, as you can hear, the music's loud and guys are celebrating a little bit. And it's hard to win in this league. You know, we're not going to apologize for winning the way we do. And it's the pursuit of perfection, you know, that this team, we're not just happy with winning. Again, we want to be the best versions of ourselves every day we step into that building, every time we step on the field. We want to be the best teammate, the best player that we can possibly be, and you feel that amongst the guys. And again, it's a great feeling coming into work and having the guys that we have here, having the staff that we have here that just want to continue to get better. And you know, it's a blessing to be around these guys.
Well, Dallas has been playing football on Thanksgiving since 1966. Cowboys hosting the Raiders this year. First Thanksgiving Day game for the Raiders since 2013. They lost to the Cowboys that year. We picked this one up third quarter. Raiders punting with a 17-13 advantage. Cedric Wilson calls for a fair catch. Ball bounces out of bounds. But that's not really what you need to watch. Watch that right there. That is Roderick Teamer and Kelvin Joseph still going at it all the way to the wall. I mean, we've got consequences and repercussions here. Like, what is going on? Somebody must have said something about somebody's mama's mac and cheese because they were going at it. Both players ejected from the game. One of the officials took a cut to the chin, but he's a gamer. He stays out there. Late in the third, Raiders 1st and goal. Marcus Mariota into the end zone he was. First rushing touchdown of the season. Raiders go up 24-13. On the ensuing kickoff, Tony Pollard gets it, cuts to his left, and somebody need to call Tony's family because he is headed to the house. Stays in bounds right there, 100 yards on the kick return. Cowboys would go for 2, not get it, so they're down 24-19. It's 30-30 now with less than 3 minutes to go. Raiders with the ball. Derek Carr to Deshaun Jackson. 30-yard gain here. Jackson had 3 catches in this game, totaling 102 yards. 3 plays later, Daniel Carson, 56 yards away. Good. So now the Raiders go up 33-30, but the Cowboys have time. What can Dak do? Well, the first thing he's going to do is hit Wilson right there. Big catch across the 30-yard line. So Greg Zuerlein comes on, 45 yards away, and we're going to overtime. Cowboys got it first in the extra frame, but they didn't score. So now the Raiders get it. It's 3rd and long. Carr to Zay Jones. I mean, that is incomplete, but here comes a flag. There were a lot of them in this game. Pass interference called on Anthony Brown. The 4th PI called on Brown in the game. So now the Raiders are already in field goal range. Carlson lines it up 34 yards out, but it's blown dead. Raiders false start, so that backs them up 5 yards. So now we're looking at a 39-yard kick, and here comes another flag because the Cowboys are offsides. So now they're back to where he was at 34 yards. And then, wait, he misses this one, but another offsides penalty on Dallas.
Those are some of the worst false starts ever.
Right? So they get an automatic first down. Like, you know what? We're just going to kick this thing. Let's go home. I mean, that was a fitting into a game that had so many penalties. After the game, though, at midfield, yeah, enjoy your turkey leg, Carlson. But check this out. John Simpson, Tristan Hill. Oh, they serious about the mac and cheese. Derek Carr, big win for his team down in Dallas.
Our back was against a wall, you know. There's no doubt about that. You know, that's just a fact. Everyone can see that. And any given Sunday, anyone can win a game. And we don't feel like we're just some terrible team that beat a good team today. We feel like we're a good football team. I know there's a lot of noise about our team all the time. It's the Raiders. It's always going to be like that, you know. But no matter what it is, we can come back in that building and we just go to work.
I love them. I'm proud of the way they fight. You know, we talked about the officials last night in the meeting. This is the history of how they officiate. We needed to do better in that area. We'll continue to work on it. Obviously, we're going through a tough patch, so we make no excuses. But I'm proud of them, and the only thing we know how to do is work. So we'll get back at it tomorrow.
We'll be okay. In the sense is I'm sure a bunch of people are jumping off the bandwagon, which is fine with us because we know what we're capable of. We know the team that we have. More importantly, we know the men that are in that locker room. And that's the most important thing is just our belief in each other. And that's not going anywhere. It's not faded. We lost a tough one in an overtime game today, and that's the bottom line.
Always helps when you're on the road if your quarterback has a really good game. That's exactly what Derek Carr had. 373 yards and a touchdown on Thanksgiving. Raiders are now 6-0 when Carr throws for 300 yards or more in a game this season. They are 0-5 when he does not. Well, in terms of food bucket list, it is literally a goal of mine to have Thanksgiving dinner at Damon Woody's house because I know his wife can throw down. So as we welcome the two-time Super Bowl champion in the Sports Center, maybe I'll get an invite next year. Who knows, Damien? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you know you always good over here. Come on now.
Hey, what I really need is a couch to sleep after we have that food. But you know what? As we go back to this game, though, clearly the Raiders are a different team when Derek Carr's throwing the ball and throwing the ball effectively. What aspect of that Las Vegas offense that you saw this evening that made him so effective throwing the ball?
Well, yeah, Derek Carr is 6-0 when he throws for over 300 yards, and one of his new acquisitions, Deshaun Jackson, played a huge role in the game. And obviously, what we saw was a combination of him drawing multiple defensive pass interference penalties from the Dallas Cowboys, which set up field position and eventual scores. And then also, Deshaun Jackson scored on a long touchdown pass along the way. So Deshaun Jackson, new to the Las Vegas Raiders organization, just played a huge part in that win against the Dallas Cowboys today.
Do you think him there now, these games remaining on the schedule, it's enough to put the Raiders into a position where they can get to the playoffs, though?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, when Derek Carr is playing the way that he's playing, also remember, Darren Waller wasn't even available most of the game. He got hurt. So the fact that the Las Vegas Raiders were still able to play that way offensively, kudos to everyone in that Raiders organization. And if Derek Carr is slinging the ball like that, they'll have an opportunity to get into the postseason. And
they got a big playmaker in Deshaun Jackson now because, including returns, he has 34 touchdowns in his career, 50 yards or more. That's 2 behind the all-time record held by Jerry Rice. Damien Woody on SportsCenter, but we got to get some more out of him coming up later.
NFL serving up 3